Oh,
wow.
We're on the mic.
Literally, I was like, it's like, you know, when people set, let's do a podcast together, and then they just,
it's just a thought.
Like, it's just a thought. No one says anything. Like, they sit down and it's like, oh, well, now I don't know what to talk about.
We're just kind of.
It's like waiting for somebody to start.
Like literally, like, what do we even? Okay.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm Janae.
I'm Ellie.
We're
Jelly.
Actually, that is not a bad idea. Hey, together, like, would that be the name?
Switch sides with me.
Oh shit. This
is my good side.
My dimples. So really, the name of this is the artist rebrand.
Artist rebrand.
The artist, yeah. But what is our podcast about?
What is our podcast about?
Many things.
I'm glad you asked. Let's begin. So, it all started when we were young. Very young.
Oh, we're going back.
Oh,
we're going back.
Yes,
we're going back.
When we were young.
When we were young.
When we were young.
Yeah, when we were little
girls.
Little babies.
Little babies.
Little run around. I was doing dance.
I was doing soccer.
And well, my parents had me in all type of shit.
Right.
I was dance. I was doing soccer.
That's nice they had you in everything. I was bred from a young age to only play soccer.
Whoa.
I did not play any of... I did track. I did track in high school and middle school, but I didn't do anything else but soccer outside.
I did not know that. Mm-hmm. I did not know that. Man, well, I did dance. I did soccer, basketball. Basketball was actually... Nope, soccer was first. Then it was basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And then that turned into cheer, flag football, cheer, whatever. Pretty much did everything under the sun until I got to whatever, middle school.
Mm.
And then the pipeline of volleyball and basketball and track.
Mm. To make a long story short, we were former athletes.
Yeah. Not turned. It was we're the Troy Bolt.
The Troy Bolt, and that's like the self-proclaimed.
Yeah, actually.
Self-proclaimed. Head's in the game, but my heart's in the song.
You make it
feel so right.
Cut back.
Yeah, then cut it.
Yeah. If you can understand that to translate, always wanted to be performing artist. Yeah. Artists at the heart.
At the heart.
Mentally an athlete.
Just mentally. Muscle
memory at this point.
Yeah.
Parents like, yeah, no, y'all gonna be active.
Yeah.
Like, cool that you like to dance and shit and like performers, but like
no,
we're gonna put you in a sport.
You're actually gonna play sports.
Ha ha ha. Joke's on you.
You sports.
I don't want to do. I want you to do sport.
We're gonna have to do sports. And so that's what we did.
Yep.
We both played sports in college, all through.
Yeah.
And then
D1, D2.
Yeah, I'm better.
Whoa. Hold up. I have to say, my D2, my college could play.
I bet you could.
The women's teams can play.
I bet you could.
Yeah, because the coaches had a D level mindset, but coaching at a D2 school.
Yeah, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, but you got the title.
Well, I got the title, but I mean, I transferred.
And the funding.
I got the title and the funding. But I mean, I feel like I went to one school for 3 years and then transferred, and then I didn't play at all. So I feel like PEMDAS. I played a lot, and then I played a lot, and then I never played again. So
I feel you that. I'll feel you on that, because in high school, setting all the time, like never off the floor. And then I got to college, and it was like, actually, there's many stars on the team, and you're just one of many, and we actually want these stars on the court. And I was like, oh, reality check, big time. And
talk about a change to your self-worth,
bro. Ooh, that could be for another episode. And that's Yeah. But yeah, that's the gist.
The gist is okay. Let's summarize the gist.
Mm-hmm.
The gist is that me and Janae were former athletes that both decided to play on a new field, the stage.
the most lit up court.
There you go.
Ever.
The lights,
the
camera,
in action.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All in, like take that from the field to the stage. It's a whole new. It's the same thing, just different audience.
Yep. And so we're trying to navigate that.
Yeah, and it's fun but difficult.
Yes.
And also being black athletes. Sing that hymn. Yep. Being black athletes from very white predominant areas, and then coming into another field that is like predominantly white, Eurocentric, standards of beauty, and like not trying to get typecasted as another. Like there's so much. Like it seems diverse right now because that's the niche, that's the brand. But
it's cute.
It's cute, but like having so many people who are brown skin going for similar roles of the supporting leads.
Yeah.
Is not
very much like quirky best friend. I mean, we're
right. Or the friend that tells it like it is.
Yeah. There's still very much like a monolithic perspective in what characters we're able to play and like what we're able to do.
And it's always supporting the lead.
Yeah.
And telling the lead, you can do it.
Yeah.
You're amazing.
Yeah. But we decided to be our own leads. I yelled.
Yeah.
But we decided to be our own leads.
Just so you understand for the hard of hearing.
Sorry about that.
Oh, yeah. That's okay. But we'll put a warning.
Yeah. The interesting thing is, right, you and me have only known each other for how long? Let's wait.
Bruh, I know. Like,
should we tell the story of how we met?
Oh my god.
You're gonna love this one, guys.
Like, look. I mean,
they love to tell this. They love to tell this story. I'm gonna let you tell it.
You're gonna let me. Okay. Okay. So Ellie and I are in an acting class, and when I first met you, when I first recognized that you were in our class,
right?
It was. I'm pretty sure it was a Saturday.
Was it a Saturday?
I think it was a Saturday.
Oh, it probably was.
I think it was a Saturday.
It definitely was a Saturday.
It was a Saturday because
it was a Saturday.
It was a Saturday.
Yeah.
It was Saturday. And now you guys know it's a Saturday.
It was a Saturday. It was a Saturday.
Yeah, it was a Saturday. And I remember, should we say people's names?
I don't know.
I know. That's why I'm like,
no.
I was like, no. But the one person in class goes, oh, there's a person. I think you know who I'm talking.
I know who you're talking. I know what you're talking.
So there's a person goes, well, there's a. I was like, you can say black. The black girl in the middle of the row, in the middle of the section. Yeah. And then we sat down, and then you came. I was like, we didn't talk.
No,
we never talked. But then when you came, you were like, yeah, I'm going to take this class.
Right.
Then when you came for your first class, which I think was another Saturday, we did repetition.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, we did repetition together.
We did.
I think was that your first one?
It was.
And we went, for those who are Meisners, you know the repetition where it's just mechanical and then you move on to POV? We hit it off on the POV.
Hella.
Yeah, and I think we'll be friends.
Yeah, we literally ended up
we should be friends. I was like, I think we would be friends.
And I like your vibe. I like your vibe.
Exactly.
And then, because every time we would meet up, we'd be like, oh, let's rehearse.
Yeah.
And then it would just be us yapping for an hour and a half. There were too many parallels. From
we were
jump.
there at the same time.
Like, from jump. It's very much Invisible Strings. Very much like we were in Spokane at the same time in college, playing college sports.
Yeah.
Now we're in Dallas.
And then it took a while till we decided, like, let's do a podcast.
The most original thought you've ever
had.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody's ever had this.
No. Like, this is so
before thought
about doing podcasts.
Nobody's ever thought of this.
At all.
No,
just like talking. Like
starting a podcast?
having people listen to us.
Yeah, original, very original thought.
That no one else.
Nobody thinks to start a podcast.
No.
So we acknowledge that this is an incredibly saturated market.
Yeah.
It's acknowledged.
It's very much so. But what we want to talk about is not common.
No.
For a lot of people, and not a lot of people can talk about it.
Exactly.
Not a lot of, and our experiences, not to generalize it.
Don't generalize it.
Not at all. It's hard, like, no, and to help explain our experiences for others to kind of like either relate to or something they can avoid doing. Cause like shit, there's so many things that I wish I knew for being a Black performer to know when starting out, because I had fucking clue. No fucking clue. Still, to this day, like it's still new to this day. But like thinking that you need to have a talent agent or a manager or all these things before actually auditioning.
Yeah,
at all. Absolutely not.
No, you don't need it all. Well, that's just us kind of like trying to figure it out, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, we're very new to the space,
and so yeah. All in all, to say it's just like talking about the experience now and just finding a community that can relate.
Yeah.
Or even finding veterans who want to listen to this and be like, yeah, bruh, I've been there, I relate heavily with what you're going through. Especially, it's not talked about enough, where like athletes have transitioned to artists.
Yeah. It's not talked about enough.
No.
And like how the mentality that you have when you're an athlete translates to being an artist.
Because it's that determined mindset of like, you want it, you have a goal.
Yeah.
You're in the flow state. And as an athlete, also, you also have been in like that flow state. That shit is addictive.
It's literally like a high.
It is a high. I know.
How athlete mentality translates. I mean, because you also have to approach it with like a level of tenacity too, you know? It's like, it's one thing to love what you do and like, you know, be really passionate about art and stuff, but it's another thing to like make that your career and how are you going to make it?
Right. And like making what you love monetize. You had this conversation today.
Like literally just now.
Like monetizing something that brings you pure joy. It does hurt the soul, like that artist's soul. It's like, I don't really care about this, but I do need to make a living. And if this is just what I want to do my entire life. Like Cassavetes, like he genuinely was like, I'm just making films. I'll do everything on the side.
Yeah. But I also feel like it's kind of similar to like you go play sports in college.
Literally.
You think, I mean, this is something I love to, like, I loved soccer my whole life. Like, it was my entire persona. And then, like, I don't know, college kind of ruined it in a way.
Oh my gosh. That's not even talked about enough. And, like, when you think about it, sports is the same, like, people who just have decided that playing sports for a majority of the rest of their life until they can't do it anymore and make money off of that, that's a small percentage too. All in all, to say both professions require a lot of determination, focus, but you have to love it at the end of the day.
Yeah, because once you lose that love of it,
you can't get it back. Like in college, like I loved volleyball, but then it started to become something that was just painful and me just trying to prove myself that I'm good at it and to other people. And then I was like, this is not funny.
Exactly.
I did it for a little bit outside just to like redeem myself from not being a starter or playing much. And then I realized, but with acting, I don't have to do that. For right now.
See, that's one of the things. This goes back to what we were talking about earlier, though. There's a part of you that wants to do it for just the love of it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you have to make money.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, there's so many factors outside of your control that lead to you getting cast and stuff, that lead to you booking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's so many things that are outside. So it's like, there's so many parallels with that. And it's like, okay, this is something I love to do. I love to sing. I love to perform. I love to act. But how do I hold the fact that this is something I love, the fact that this is not unfortunately, but is going to have to be a job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I feel like sport was similar to that for me. Like, this is something I love, but now it's a job.
Yeah.
And it being a job and not
kind of fucking sucks.
Yeah. Literally kind of fucking sucks.
Yeah.
It's a job and I'm not performing the way I should be. And I like it.
And you do have bad days.
Yeah. The difference between college and now, though, I think I let it alter my entire sense of self and self-worth. And like, so holding on to that, both of us, how do we take that into this next chapter of something that how do we unlearn it? Yeah. So I feel like that's kind of something we're working on and trying to navigate as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And for those who comment if you do, like performing was always somebody externally telling you whether or not you're going to be on the field, on the court.
Yeah. It's outside of your control.
It's so outside of just like auditioning. It's outside of your control as somebody who has a pictured idea of what they want to see on stage.
Yeah.
Or in the film. Being an athlete though is harder, especially team sports. Because you love the people you work with, but sometimes it's like seeing in real time and at practice and the dedication, you're watching certain teammates for me, have the role that I think I could physically I could do.
Yeah.
Just as good or better on Sundays than my teammate.
Yeah.
But know that the coach will always choose them. Even on their worst day.
Yeah.
And it's like,
it's one of those things too.
Harder.
It's so hard.
If y'all relate to that shit is.
It's so hard. Especially like these people you build relationships and like.
And you don't want to be mad at them. Yeah. It literally trauma bonds.
And that's the thing. It's so interesting though. You look at the parallels with that too. It's like there's some subjectivity in acting as well. Like you can think like, oh, I think I sound great. I might have a lot of faith and confidence in my performance. But at the end of the day, they chose somebody else.
Yeah.
And I might think I'm more talented than that person, but it's not what they wanted.
Yeah.
And like the thing with sports that I had to realize too is like, I might be good. You know, I'm good, but I might just not fit into the system that they want to play.
Yeah.
Or like they have a certain idea of what good looks like.
Right.
And it's not going to fit that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there's only so much work you can do on your part. It's going to change their mind.
Yeah.
And they also come in with this preconceived perspective of how they want you to, how you should play, who you should, you know?
Yeah. Or like they like certain people, like the way that the chemistry on the field is like different with a certain person compared to like yourself.
Yeah.
Which sucks. It's like, damn. And it's hard not to get, like, for me, it was hard not to get mad at my teammates being like, you're playing into what the coaches want. Like, come on now. Everyone wants to start. But it's like showing favoritism towards this one teammate when you're like, it's hard. No.
It's tricky.
It's just tricky. And it's like, you can't blame your teammates.
No.
It's hard not to get mad with the coaches, but it's like, at the end of the day, this is your program. You're going to be here longer than I am. So I'm just going to have to tough it the fuck out.
Yeah.
Just like acting. You have to you have to tough it out. Not to negate anybody else, like theater kids who have done this for years or people who have like been in the industry, but I feel like why athletes sometimes go longer in this career is because they're used to that or this person was better.
Yeah.
Or like at the end of the day, like there's a system, a program at work that is above you and you just have to keep working.
And then, it's that you have to keep working.
You just have to grind.
Cause it's the only way you're really going to make it in sports is by working the hardest. Like ultimately,
you're trained.
Like you can be born with some like natural ability. Like, athleticism is something you're born with, but that only takes you so far.
Right.
You know, like what is your work ethic going to be? And I think like, not to like thumbs up all former athletes. I mean, obviously
some athletes were actually, you didn't work for shit.
No, but but like, I think knowing what it takes, like knowing that the hard work you have to put into that translates into knowing the hard work you have to put into acting and your craft. Like, it's not just like this, I don't know, it takes work, not even just to get.
And it's not linear.
No, it's not linear. And it's like, so it's hard. And I think for both of us having like the same background, I think we're going into this new career path with a different perspective because we know what it feels like to like quote unquote fail at our sport. It's something we dedicate our entire lives to. And like, there was only so much we could have done. Like we couldn't have done anything else to lead us to, to get us on the field or to get us to play. Like, but like, you still struggle with that self-identity piece, but like we dedicated our whole lives to the sport. Didn't pan out the way we thought. But, but like there were still like
good tidbits.
You learn a lot from it. And then also like the lessons you took away from that failure or whatever will translate into this next bit.
Exactly. And I think, I guess to sum up what I took from what you said was you learn to fail and sometimes fail fucking hard. hard, and accepting that that's failure and
Mm-hmm.
how to move on from that.
Mm-hmm.
And some, like, I'm not gonna lie, failing is still something I
No.
with a passion.
I mean,
Like, you can't unwind so much from adolescence, from like learning how to like my 5 years in college and my coach being like, you not succeeding is not the end of it. like you having a bad practice is not going to define you.
like it literally is. And, like
you don't understand.
You don't understand. Like actually, this is definitive of who I am at my core. And the fact that I suck at the sport means I suck in life, and then I'm never going to amount to anything. Okay.
And the way my coach had to be like, get off the fucking ledge. like, let's be fucking for real.
Yeah.
Like, it was a spring game that means nothing. Yeah. You don't suck.
I know.
Like,
but this will haunt me for the rest of my life.
Like, I'm playing D1 teams right now.
Yeah.
Diane, you don't like, and this could mean me starting for the fall. So you don't understand. Even though you've been doing this for I don't know how many, like over 2 decades of coaching, you don't understand.
You don't get it.
Like you of all people don't get it.
No, you don't get it.
And now looking back in a relationship, I'm like,
silly. Little one.
You don't know.
You don't know.
You don't see. You don't see. You don't have my foresight. And I'm like, fuck the bigger picture.
Fuck a bigger picture.
I'm looking at the grass in the picture right now.
All I can see right now is what's right in front of me.
That little dot is not correct.
No, and I'm gonna burn the whole thing.
Yeah, fuck it.
But
starting over.
With that in mind, you know, like, how do we take that perfectionist tendency, like how do we take that and not bring it with us into acting? You know what I mean? Like that's something we're trying to figure out. Is like, how do we release that spirit of whatever, like, you know, how do we release ourselves from that, like
that external validation,
that external validation piece? How do we?
That's hard. And like, I mean, also as I don't know about y'all, but like actors and athletes alike, that's is always going to be a battle.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I mean, it's very much like you're like a little dog wagging your tail for like a good job.
Yeah,
for your whole life.
I hate that. I was like, oh my god, like
please tell me I did good. Give me my little treat. Thank you for the treat. Thank you so much. Like a little dog, and like
and wanting more.
Yeah,
because that treat was good and it's not enough.
But it's not enough.
And I will eat that shit up every time you put that out. Yeah, literally. Another one. How do I get more of this? And it's reality. Like, come on now. As a recovering people pleaser, validation is everything. So hard. I feel like that's what most like athletes and artists are like, for those. There's so many like different personalities when it comes to it, but like I've met so many people pleasers in this field, or perfectionists, and it's just like we all have it.
Mm-hmm.
It's battling with that insecurity and knowing you're so fucking like, you know, how good you can be.
Mm-hmm. So then it's all your own limiting beliefs that are holding you back.
But also, I feel like being brown on top of that,
that's a whole nother layer.
You can't not be good.
Yeah,
when you step into those spaces,
you have to be next level good.
You have to be above the top.
Yeah,
like you have to be better than the best.
Yeah,
and it's still like you're becoming equal to that, which is like,
and that's
I'm like a whole nother conversation. It's like, yeah. And also being feminine presenting, for me at least, it's like so much I can give, but yet you're not.
Yeah.
Like you're limiting me in this one little.
You're in the little box. Yeah. You have to.
I gotta play it for right now. I gotta play the game, figure it out.
I mean, that's what we're trying to do, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the point of this podcast and us getting together and having these chats is ultimately we have this similar background and we're moving the same direction. Yeah. And our paths have happened to cross. And how grateful I am for this. So grateful. How grateful I am.
I'm still like, every time I think about like how we both been like in Washington
Yeah.
and not cross paths at
I
all.
know.
Because I remember when we went to GU to play the team for volleyball, like soccer, y'all were having, the women's soccer was having something. Like y'all had a game.
Yeah. Like we were in the same place.
Like we were legit in the same place.
Yeah.
And that's what's, hello. That's just funny that it all came
No.
to here.
And now I feel like, yeah.
And me like
very
even
much,
thinking about being in Texas.
very much divine timing.
Yeah.
Like, how did you end up in Texas?
Universe, the things you're doing.
The universe is just
like
shout out.
You're the real MVP.
Shout out universe.
I'm putting you up as MVP. I'm gonna get you your awards.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but yeah, I agree. This podcast,
yeah, it's us figuring it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
and also building a community,
and trying to
who's also in the same.
Trying to figure out in the same boat
Yeah.
as us, and like,
and those who have been in it and have advice, please share.
No, please.
Like legit.
No, I beg.
No, please.
Please.
Do it. Share it.
We need help.
If you got questions that we might, I mean,
answer.
like shit. Like I personally, I wanted to be able to like talk about it, but also make it a like communal space to just like talk, hear other people's stories on top of it. Like, yeah, I like to, I like to talk. I love talking to people. I love interviewing people. I love just like hearing stories, but like legit building community out of this.
That's the biggest thing. Because I feel like we're really isolated in general at this time, and then I feel like this is an isolating career choice
in time of like era of what we're in, and like having people to like move through it, and being able to just talk is helpful. So helpful.
Needed. It's necessary.
I have to talk shit out, or I just like spiral. And boy, have I been spiraling. Okay. I know.
Full unpack. So basically, what you guys can expect to get out of this. Wait, hang on. Okay. So basically, what you guys can expect to get out of this, or like, you know, if you stick around, if you like hearing us talk, maybe, I don't know, if you like what you're hearing.
If you don't like, be nice and just go.
Yeah,
just move on.
Please don't like comment.
You don't have to
like comment mean stuff. Like,
how we need external validation.
I literally live off external validation. I need it in my veins, and like any negative thoughts or commentary will.
You're adding to the critic that's already up here.
It's already here. Like,
it's already here.
It's already here. It's embedded. So, you know, if you guys could be really nice,
yeah, that would be like very kind of you.
Please. But I mean, I guess like
having new friends.
Yeah, like we want new friends. We want new people to talk to. Like we like to talk.
Like have a little like, and also like this is like a journal. It's like. One day we're going to be looking back at this and looking at little younger selves. Look at us.
Look at us.
Go. Look. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So.
I mean, yeah. It's just us chatting, trying to figure out life. Just being in our 20s in general, right? There's so many other things you have to consider with that.
Yeah.
And then being an actor, being a performer, navigating it in a city that's not really known for it.
No,
market here. I mean, it's temporary, but like,
it's where
we're at.
Yeah,
so trying to build whatever we can
on top of what we just started with.
And then like feeling like behind almost in a sense, because I feel like, you know, some people got like a head start or have been in this for a lot longer. I mean, I wouldn't even.
There's people in the class where I'm like, damn, I'm nowhere close where y'all been at all.
Yeah, and just feeling like, I don't know, limited in that, but trying to push through that and trying to figure out, you know.
Trying not to do the comparison game, because Lord knows I do it.
All I do is compare.
Compete and compare. Compete and compare. And it's just not real. So that's what you got to look forward to. You got a place where you can just listen and vent. And grow. And rebrand. Just because and we talked about it when we were coming up with his name. Life is always rebirth, especially as artists, because you're never always going to be in the same. Like, there's always going to be a core of what story you want to tell.
We're trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Like, I would not call myself a veteran in this space in the slightest. I actually
veteran in sport.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm a step before novice in terms of acting. Now, sport has been my whole life.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that. We'll unpack it.
Being washed up, retired athlete.
Well, yeah, listen, it's a story. It's a story of the ages.
Oh my god. And that's what you get to look forward to. Getting to know us better.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of just what we're just going to try and get to know each other better.
Yeah.
Get to know us.
Get to know us. Get to know you.
Get to know you.
Get to know me.
Get to know we. Get to know us. Get to know.
There's a song on the tip of my head about the
Getting to know you.
That is a song I'm learning, actually.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
For voice?
Voice, yeah. Voice has... and we'll get into it. Voice has, like, ripped open old wounds and now repatching it correctly. Like, re-breaking the fractured bone that did not heal correctly.
Precisely. And that's, like, looking how our brains are kind of fragmented. Now that, the more that we talk about it, especially, like, coming from the athlete background of having this immense wound from failing or, like, you know, not doing... Even, you go to college, you make it to the top of the mountain, and then you get there, and it's like, actually, you suck and you're not gonna play.
Yeah, and it's like...
the wound, like, the little...
And then... You mean I just have to be a really good teammate?
I can't do that.
I mean, I'll do it, because I don't want to, like...
I'm a nice person!
And I love the people here, some, not always all. But, like, you learn to work. But, like...
Coming from that,
you're telling me I solely have to be a supporting.
Yeah. Like, this is hard. This is tough.
You telling me I have to love practices? Shit.
It's a no for me, dog.
No,
it's hard. Like, I'm good on that. It was so hard. Coming from that hurt to transitioning to this new space. How do we
and not have those same kind of
how do we get rid of those thoughts and, like, move forward and move into this other space, which a lot of it is out of our hands in a similar way to sport. Move to this new space where it's like, okay, I'm not going to let these limiting beliefs hold me back anymore. Even though this is even more out of my hands than...
Literally teaching you to... Yeah. There's no control.
No, there's none.
The things you think you can control is very small.
Very small.
But enjoy it. Enjoy it, but, like, you don't think you can go outside of any of that.
Yeah, because you can't.
No, you can't. No. The only thing you control is being you. And accepting, trusting, loving, and respecting every bit of that.
Yeah.
Because, and that's what I have liked about being an artist, is that you fully, authentically have to love, trust, respect yourself.
Yeah.
And you have to look within always.
Always.
It's always your point of view. And conflicted with other people.
Yeah.
And you have to accept your point of view.
And you have to really, because you're going to get more no's than yeses.
Yeah.
And you have to really be confident and, like you said, like, trust and believe what you're capable of.
Yeah.
Otherwise, every no is going to sway you from your central focus. Like, you have to believe that you're capable of bringing a certain thing to the table.
That only you can bring.
That only you can bring. And even if people might not like it, or, like, something better than yours, or
someone that's similar, kind of, but not really.
Like, you have to believe that there's a place for you in this space, and, like, you know,
and to take up space.
Yeah,
like, unapologetically take up space, because that's what people want to see. That's what you got to look forward to. But
next time on The Artist Rebrand,
we are going to be talking about Ellie's lore, and then we'll maybe let you know more.
Oh, hang on. Okay. Well, hang on. I feel like we should, like, have a sign off.
Oh, yeah. Oh, like, well,
is this an appropriate end?
Maybe. Is it? Well, I mean, like, because we told him what to look forward to.
Let's do that again.
Okay.
So,
take two.
Action. So, basically, to recap, this podcast is about you and me figuring out this thing we call life.
Life of an artist.
Of an artist. And thanks, guys.
Thanks. You're so awesome.
That's so nice. If you've made it to the end of this episode and you like what you've heard,
what should they put? An emoji? A word?
Oh!
The Troy.
Like what?
Like like basketball. Put a
Oh,
basketball.
basketball emoji.
With a
Basketball
mic-
emoji in the chat.
Basketball emoji in the chat with a microphone.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're trying to be. This is a Troy Bolton rebrand. That's ultimately what this is. I've chosen
a black Troy Bolton.
the black Troy Bolton. If Corbin Blue was in fact
okay.
Troy Bolton,
Yeah. And
this is
that.
I've chosen basketball, but I've also chosen theater.
And I'm gonna go to school for that.
UC Berkeley gives me both.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Wow, in a world that gives you both. But see you next time.
See you next time. Ooh.
Bye.